Hi everybody, I am Dr. Deepak Santra, Alternative Crops Breeding Specialist at University of Nebraska, Panhandle Research and Extension Center. Welcome to the 2020 pea variety testing site at High Plains Ag Lab in Sion County. Like in the past, I lead the statewide pea variety testing. This year, we have 3 different sites, one in Sion County, this one. Then we have one in Perkins County, another one is Box Butte County. We have 5 different companies' product here. Pulse USA, 9 different varieties. Progene from Washington State, 7 different varieties. Velasco from North Dakota, 7 different genetics. Meridian, 2 different genetics. And this year is a new North Dakota crop improvement, which is basically North Dakota State University's 2 varieties. They are the first one this year. Progene, last year Progene was there, and Meridian, Pulse USA and Velasco, they have been the regular here. We have 28 different varieties planted in 4 different applications. And this compared to past, this year, because of the weather, multiple factors, our pea is not the great looking. Height was significantly shorter than past, and we have probably 3 or 4 different new products which we did not test in the past. So different companies representative, they will talk about their respective varieties. So I'm not going to describe that individual varieties, but overall I can tell, because of the weather, our location, the flowering time is not really matter, although they have told the 5 to 7 days difference may make difference, but our weather shuts off. Most of their products are very comparable with a certain difference, maybe 3 or 5 pounds, 7 pounds. Some year they are statistically different, some year not. But on the farmer's field, based on the farmer's field specific location and their choice, they may have preference to one particular branded product versus other. But with the test plot, most of the years we get some difference, definitely 5 to 7 bushel per acre, but most of the years statistically that is not different. So this trial was planted on the 8th of April. Micro, Vernon and Tiago. Vernon is our field technician at Sidney, and Tiago, we have an undergraduate intern, Tiago Santos from Brazil. So he has been taking those notes on the field, and Van has been leading all this effort, the field trial, the planting, taking care of the trial, all these things. So big thank you to both of them.
I'd like to thank Deepak and UNL for inviting me here today. My name is Troy Girding. I am the Sales and Operations Manager with Meridian Seeds, and as Deepak mentioned, we currently have 5 yellow pea varieties from our portfolio in this variety trial that I'm going to be touching on today. These varieties we did select because we see a good fit for the Central Plains here. We do have a fair number of others, but right now we just are kind of focusing on these. So first and foremost, we're going to start with Cdc Saffron. This variety has been out for a few years now, and we've had it down here for a couple years in variety trials, and from the multi-year data that we've seen, it really is showing itself as one of the higher yielders across the Central Plains here, coming out right in par with some of the top yielders that you currently might know. One other thing I did want to touch on with Cdc Saffron is its higher protein content. This is a variety that we are currently looking at bringing down here for our growers, hopefully in the next year, and that way we can get some certified seed out to the farmers in this area. Does have a good standability to it, good pod set, and a good disease package as well with powdery mildew resistance. So again, definitely a very, very good high yielder coming in, that top percentage of varieties statistically, and higher protein percentage. The next variety I'm going to talk on is Cdc Spectrum. This is a newer variety to the Meridian Seeds portfolio with seed production just starting in the upper Midwest in the last year. This variety has been in variety trials for a number of years down here, so we do have multi-year data on this one as well. We are still evaluating this one to see if it is the perfect fit for the Central Plains, but going off the past year's data, I have seen that this is showing as one of the higher yielders throughout the plots and variety trials in the Central Plains. And as well, this variety has some of the highest potential for protein on the market at this point in time. Coupled with the good disease package and powdery mildew resistant, this variety might be a next up and comer for the Central Plains, and we are currently going to keep continuing to evaluate that to ensure that we can make sure that this variety is going to be a good fit for y'all here. The next variety I'm going to speak on is Aac Carver. This variety has shown itself to be one of the top yielders in the industry for the past few years now. It's come in at least the top 5 in pretty much every variety trial it's been in, if not close to number 1 in every single variety trial. Statistically, this has been our variety that seems to fit in any area that we've taken it, from the upper Midwest down into the Central Plains here, and showing itself as that high yielder. It does have a little bit lower protein percentage compared to some of our other varieties, but it seems to be a really good fit, especially for those growers who are just getting into field pea production. So this would be one I definitely would recommend you guys to look at. Coupled with the disease package on it, it is resistant to powdery mildew as well, and the fact that it just has been a high yielding variety everywhere we've taken it, good standability to it. It's one I really can't say anything bad about and would recommend you guys taking a look at. Jet Set, along with Carver, has been down in the Central Plains here for a few years now, and has definitely shown itself to be one of the top yielding varieties throughout the variety trials, not only here at Sidney, but in the other trialing locations. Coupled with its high protein percentage, this variety definitely has good potential to be a good fit for your farm. It has good standability, good pod set, and all around is just a very good variety. We've seen it here for a number of years in the Central Plains, and obviously with the multi-year data from all of these trials here, it's definitely shown itself to be one of the best ones out there. Definitely take a look at Jet Set in the field trials coming out, as I think it would be a great fit for your farm. Cdc Inca is one of the newest field peas we do have in production down here in the Central Plains. It's shown itself to be a great fit no matter where we've taken it, from the upper Midwest and down here throughout Nebraska, Kansas, and Colorado. Has shown over multi-year data that it is up to be one of the highest yielding varieties in the variety trials. Partnered with very good protein percentage, which is oftentimes looked at as a necessity now coming out into the market. This variety is becoming one of the new favorites out there. Great standability to this variety is another thing that I've heard from a lot of our growers from North Dakota down in here to the Central Plains, and the potential to put on really good pond fill towards the end of its maturity cycle. This one definitely would be a great fit for your farm in the next couple of years. Definitely keep a lookout for this one here. Also did want to mention too that it does have powdery mildew resistance, so you aren't going to worry about that. So yes, again, good yield, great protein, good standability, and a good disease package. All around a great variety.
Hi, I'm Tyler Kress with Pulse USA. I'm the genetics lead here. First thing I want to do is give a thank you to the UNL and Deepak for having us out. I know these are different circumstances that we're used to, but I'm glad that we have the opportunity to all meet together and showcase our products here. The first line I want to introduce is DL Apollo. It's Pulse USA's newest variety that we're trialing here. So you really want to keep an eye on this one. We will have seed available next year. It's a high protein pea with high yield as well, and it has similar maturity to DS Admiral. Currently there's no certified seed here in Nebraska, but we are producing seed in North Dakota. So stay tuned for this one and make sure you keep a lookout for it. Amigo is also a new variety for us at Pulse USA. It's been tried here for about 3 years now. Last year it was the runner-up in the high protein peas for 2019 here at the UNL. It also has a great disease package. It's resistant to fusarium wilt as well as powdery mildew. It is also grown locally by Ben Barnhart in Sidney, and you'll notice it has a earlier maturity rate as it's still in bloom here. Derwood is one of my favorite varieties. It's a taller field pea and has very good standability. Being it's taller and good standability, that'll help farmers with harvest ease. It's also a high protein pea and high yielding as well. It's similar in maturity to DS Admiral and is also sold locally by Steve Tucker in Venango, Roland Rushman in Gurley, and Prairie Sky Seed in Hemingford. Majestic is also one of our newer pea varieties. It's a good yielder and good protein as well. It's very consistent in protein with values from 25 to 26%. There's currently no seed available in Nebraska, but it is being produced for certified seed in North Dakota. DS Admiral has been one of Pulse's oldest varieties, and it's a tried and true variety as well. It's the industry standard for yellow field peas and is used in many statewide trials as well for Czech variety. We are starting to phase out this variety due to our upcoming exciting varieties and plan to have no seed of this variety left in the next 3 to 4 years. It is grown and sold locally by Steve Tucker in Venango, Jordan Carlson in Callaway, and Ben Barnhart of Sidney. SW Midas is one of the first field pea varieties that we entered here in Nebraska. This pea does very well under irrigation, and that is because its maturity, it is kind of a later maturing variety, so it will do better under irrigation. This pea is also being phased out of our program by 2022. This seed is grown and sold locally by Roland Rushman in Gurley and Keith Carlson of Callaway. Nettie is our go-to yellowed field pea variety. It's similar in maturity to DS Admiral and is suitable for all types of climates and soil types as well. It is well liked by processors for its size, color, and protein content. It is grown and sold locally by Tom Lewers of Enders and Ben Barnhart of Sidney. Corondo is another pea that has very good protein content. The seed size is slightly larger, but it is an earlier maturing variety with good standability and high protein content. LG Sunrise is another newer variety of pulse that we've only been trialing for about 2 years now. This is another high yielding variety with another great disease package because it's resistant to powdery mildew and fusarium wilt. This is a later maturing variety with a shorter bloom duration period and it does better in irrigation due to its earlier maturity. Besides yellow peas, Pulse USA also carries green peas, organic peas, faba beans, winter peas, and many other cover crops for your needs. We have Icicle winter peas that are being grown in Cook, Colorado by Dusty McCormick of Advanced Agri Solutions, and we also have Fergie forage peas that are grown by Tom Lewers in Enders, Nebraska, and Flex winter trit that is grown by Ben Barnhart in Sidney, Nebraska.
Hi, I'm Eric Killian. I am taking over for Shanna here at Valesco Genetics as the genetic lead. So we're going to start with Aac Chrome is one of our new varieties we're really excited about. It's super high yielder, excellent standability, and exceptional seed quality in a yellow pea. So this is Cdc Profit. This has been a consistently high yielder, excellent protein, and excellent standability. This is one of our highest performers. All right, so Shamrock is excellent standability and fairly good yield. It's great for the canning market, and we're looking for contract growers for this. All right, Salamanca is I think our favorite yellow pea. Super popular. It's got excellent protein, high yield, and excellent standability. Everything you want in a yellow pea. All right, Highline is a great pea for the snack market. It's very large seeded. It's got average yield and protein levels with very good standability. Very consistent yellow pea. All right, so this is our newest line, Chronos. It is not available yet. It will be in the next couple of years. It's got excellent standability as it stands a little bit shorter than other varieties. High protein and average yielding pea. So all our seed is available this year, other than Chronos, which will be available in the upcoming years. Agriforce seeds and Rushman seeds are our local growers, and they are growing. We have all this seed with them. Down the line in the future, we have a lot more high protein peas coming, so stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Mark Cook with Valesco Genetics out of North Dakota, president. Thanks to Aac for giving us a rundown on the varieties that we have to offer. I want to talk a little bit about the future of pulses and the future of our genetics. First off, we've actively been selecting genetics since 2006 and distributing them. We've been in the pulse industry for 20 to 25 years. We've got a lot of exciting things coming down the pike. New varieties that we've selected specifically for their protein content, as well as their adaptability in the fields in western and central Nebraska, as well as other regions. But more importantly, talk about the markets and what's been happening the last couple of years in the pea markets. We all know that commodity prices had changed with the world politics and the tariffs that went into place. It dried up a lot of markets. It stifled a lot of movement of product worldwide, and it shut down a lot of markets that the pulse industry had available, or made them unattainable. We think that that's coming to an end. There's been good production in a lot of the regions of the world over the last few years, and it's satisfied. Things are, the trade negotiations are in place and working. We're developing new places to put the peas. The pet food industry is past the DCM problems that were really not a problem, but perceived to be a problem. The future is bright. Just in fractionation alone, the amount of peas that are going to be needed for fractionation and protein usage is just astronomical in the trend that we're in right now. So export markets are becoming less of an issue, and every processor and everybody that is involved in the pulse industry has found different markets and different places to utilize that product. And the real advantage, and the reason that people are desiring to grow peas is in the field anyway. We have the ability to grow a crop without the use of nitrogen. It's an agronomically viable crop. It's good for the soils. It's good for the food plate. All around good product. So we're excited about the future. We've got really good products coming down the line. And we expect that, as anything, the markets will change eventually, if not sooner, later.